For individuals over the age of 60, each choice you make, ranging from your dietary habits to your sleep patterns and physical activity, has a direct impact on your cardiovascular health. Consider the possibility that there exists a daily practice that is insidiously harming your heart each and every day. In my capacity as a specialist in cardiovascular health, I have observed a concerning trend where numerous elderly patients enter my practice seemingly in good health, only to leave with alarming diagnoses, such as hypertension, arterial blockages, or in more severe cases, facing the imminent threat of a heart attack. Many older adults are often unaware that their actions may pose risks. It transcends mere indulgence in unhealthy food or neglecting physical exercise. It revolves around a singular, straightforward action they engage in daily, often without conscious thought, that gradually leads their heart toward decline. In this video, I am urging seniors to reconsider this particular habit. Furthermore, I will elucidate the 10 most perilous habits currently detrimental to your cardiovascular health. Each factor elevates the likelihood of experiencing heart failure, stroke, or unexpected mortality. However, the positive aspect is that all of these issues can be resolved. It is essential to discern what actions to cease and what alternatives to pursue. Please ensure you view this in its entirety. The first habit stands out as the most crucial and frequently observed among my patients on a daily basis. We shall commence with item number 10. 10. Neglecting daily walks or physical activity. Individuals over the age of 60 who do not engage in daily physical activity may be at an increased risk for cardiovascular issues. A significant error I frequently observe in my practice is the tendency of older adults to spend the majority of their day in sedentary activities, such as watching television, reading, or remaining in bed. One might assume that I have surpassed the age for engaging in workouts. However, my request does not pertain to a gym session. I implore you to simply take a step forward. Engaging in just 30 minutes of walking each day at a comfortable pace can significantly reduce your risk of experiencing a heart attack by nearly 50%. When one remains stationary, the circulation of blood tends to become sluggish. Adipose tissue begins to obstruct your vascular pathways. The heart experiences a decline in strength, while blood pressure escalates. As time progresses, this may result in heart failure, stroke, or potentially fatal outcomes. Engaging in walking facilitates the dilation of blood vessels, enhances the delivery of oxygen to the brain, and contributes to a reduction in stress levels. Additionally, it aids in managing weight, blood sugar levels, and cholesterol, which are all significant risks to cardiovascular well-being. Walking is an accessible activity that necessitates no special gear, and it stands as one of the most effective remedies for cardiovascular health. A mere 15 minutes each morning and evening can significantly safeguard your heart and enhance your longevity. It is advisable to take proactive steps rather than waiting for symptoms like chest pain to prompt action. Initiating preventive measures begins at this moment. Text: each step you take will be a gesture of gratitude towards your heart. 9. Consuming excessive amounts of salt. Many older adults are often unaware of the potential dangers associated with salt consumption. It extends beyond merely the seasoning added to culinary creations. The concealed sodium present in canned soups, bread sauces, pickles, chips, and processed meals is noteworthy. Excessive sodium intake leads to water retention in the body, resulting in an increased blood volume that exerts additional pressure on the arteries. Over time, this results in elevated blood pressure, which discreetly harms your heart, kidneys, and brain. Hypertension is often referred to as the silent killer due to its lack of noticeable symptoms until it reaches a critical stage. In my experience as a specialist in cardiology, I have encountered numerous patients presenting with heart failure, often due to the seemingly innocuous habit of consuming salty snacks on a daily basis. Older adults require significantly less salt compared to their younger counterparts. No more than 500 milliliters per day. That amount is smaller than a teaspoon. It is essential to consistently examine labels, steer clear of processed foods, and prepare meals at home utilizing herbs and lemon for enhanced flavor. Even minor adjustments, such as opting for unsalted nuts instead of salted ones or refraining from frozen meals, can significantly contribute to heart health. Keep in mind that your taste buds undergo adaptation. Following a 2-week period of reduced salt intake, you will find that your meals retain their delightful flavors while simultaneously enhancing your cardiovascular health. Reduce your sodium intake before it adversely affects your health. 8. Commencing the day with heavy or artificially processed morning meals. Breakfast is intended to energize your day. However, for numerous seniors, it can resemble a heart attack on a plate. While bacon, sausage, butter toast, sugary cereal, fried eggs, and creamy coffee may be delightful to the palate, their impact on cardiovascular health is more detrimental than one might realize. These meals contain high levels of saturated fats, trans fats, and sugar. These substances elevate cholesterol levels, increase blood pressure, and contribute to inflammation within the blood vessels. In my capacity as a specialist in cardiology, I have observed a concerning trend. The majority of heart attacks occur in the morning, particularly after individuals consume these specific types of breakfasts. What is the reasoning behind this? In the morning, the viscosity of your blood increases, and consuming a heavy fatty meal can impede your heart's ability to pump effectively. Individuals over the age of 60 may find it challenging to manage daily stress effectively. Opt for a breakfast that promotes cardiovascular health. Oatmeal accompanied by berries, boiled eggs, whole grain toast topped with avocado, or perhaps a straightforward fruit smoothie. These foods effectively reduce cholesterol levels, enhance digestive health, and provide sustained energy while ensuring the safety of your arteries. The first meal of the day can serve as a source of nourishment or detriment. Choose wisely as soon as you rise, and your heart will find security throughout the day. If you find yourself uncertain about which foods promote heart health and which do not, rest assured you are not the only one facing this dilemma. A significant number of seniors encounter similar challenges, particularly during breakfast. This is the rationale behind the development of the Senior Health Tracker app, a straightforward tool specifically designed for individuals aged 60 and above. It provides subtle prompts, monitors your dietary intake, and recommends heart-healthy options customized to your age and health requirements. This application serves as a reliable resource akin to having a medical professional's guidance readily available, whether you are addressing hypertension or seeking to enhance your vitality. Acquire it today and commence your mornings with assurance. 7. Consuming alcoholic beverages on a regular basis. While it is often suggested that a glass of wine may benefit heart health, this recommendation can pose serious risks for older adults. The impact of alcohol on the human body varies significantly after the age of 60. The liver metabolizes it at a reduced pace. Your blood pressure increases more rapidly, and the likelihood of experiencing an irregular heartbeat escalates significantly. In my experience as a specialist in cardiovascular health, I have encountered numerous patients suffering from heart failure, stroke, and atrial fibrillation, all linked to the consumption of merely 2 alcoholic beverages daily. Alcohol adversely affects the heart muscle, contributes to the accumulation of fat around the heart, and incites inflammation. It additionally disrupts the efficacy of medications for managing blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol levels. A considerable number of older adults consume alcohol as a means to unwind or improve their sleep quality. However, it is important to note that alcohol disrupts sleep patterns and can lead to elevated blood pressure during the night. Even minimal daily contributions accumulate significantly over time. For individuals with existing heart disease, the consumption of alcohol poses an even greater risk. I consistently advise eliminating it entirely. However, if you choose to consume alcohol, it is advisable to restrict yourself to a maximum of 1 drink daily and to avoid doing so on a daily basis. Your cardiovascular function will enhance your quality of sleep, will increase, and your overall well-being will elevate. While alcohol may provide temporary relief from stress, it ultimately compromises your heart's health. Do not allow a routine indulgence to evolve into a long-term remorse. 6. Suppressing stress or anger. Suppressing your stress, anger, or sadness may appear to be a sign of strength, yet it is profoundly detrimental to your emotional well-being. The experience of emotional tension leads to an increase in cortisol and adrenaline levels, resulting in a faster heartbeat, constricted blood vessels, and a significant rise in blood pressure. As time progresses, this can result in heart attacks, strokes, and potentially even sudden death. As a specialist in cardiovascular health, I have encountered patients who maintain exemplary diets, yet continue to experience heart disease, all due to the persistent emotional strain they endure. Regardless of whether the challenges stem from familial concerns, financial anxieties, or feelings of isolation, the act of repressing emotions can have detrimental effects on one's physical well-being. Individuals in their later years frequently express, "I do not wish to impose on others." Alternatively, one might say, "I have experienced stress throughout my entire existence." However, beyond the age of 60, one's cardiovascular system may struggle to cope with this unspoken turmoil. Engage in conversation with an individual. Become a member of an esteemed collective. Engage in a meditation practice for a duration of 10 minutes. Engage in deep breathing exercises. Engaging in the practice of journaling can significantly alleviate internal stress. One must always recognize the profound impact that emotional pain can have. Your heart serves a purpose beyond merely pumping blood. It reflects what your intellect encompasses. Tranquility serves as a potent remedy. The more you express your emotions in constructive manners, the more resilient and enduring your heart will become. 5. Disregarding sleep apnea or snoring. While snoring might appear innocuous or even amusing, it could actually signify an underlying issue with your cardiovascular health. Sleep apnea, a condition characterized by repeated interruptions in breathing during sleep, impacts millions of older adults. It leads to decreases in oxygen levels, disrupted sleep, and potential long-term harm to the heart. The majority of individuals are often unaware of its presence. Individuals often report feelings of fatigue throughout the day, awaken with headaches, or encounter memory difficulties, yet they seldom connect these symptoms to their sleep patterns. In my capacity as a specialist in cardiology, I routinely inquire about snoring with my patients. What is the reason behind this? Sleep apnea elevates the likelihood of developing high blood pressure, experiencing irregular heartbeats, suffering strokes, and facing sudden cardiac death. If your partner reports that you snore loudly, gasp for air, or experience pauses in breathing while asleep, it is advisable to seek testing. A straightforward overnight study can validate it. Devices such as CPAP machines or oral appliances can safeguard your cardiovascular health during the night. Restorative sleep is essential for the body's repair processes. In its absence, the heart endures in silence. Pay attention to the indications. Snoring transcends mere sound. This serves as a cautionary note. The heart requires a continuous supply of oxygen throughout the night. Improve your sleep patterns and your heart will find the peace it seeks. 4. Smoking or inhaling. Environmental tobacco exposure. At this point, it is widely recognized that smoking poses significant health risks. However, numerous older adults continue to underestimate the dangers associated with even a single cigarette or exposure to secondhand smoke. Smoking has implications that extend beyond the lungs. It has a direct detrimental effect on the arterial lining, induces inflammation, and hastens the accumulation of plaque, ultimately resulting in obstructed arteries and potential heart attacks. Individuals above the age of 60 often experience increased fragility in their blood vessels. Smoking contributes to their fragility and constriction. I have encountered individuals who never engaged in smoking themselves, yet cohabitated with a smoker, ultimately developing heart disease as a consequence. Any level of exposure is unsafe. Regardless of having smoked for 4 decades, making the decision to quit at this point can lead to a reversal of certain damages and a notable decrease in your risk within just a few months. And do not be misled by light cigarettes or vaping. They are equally detrimental. Your heart warrants pure oxygen and pristine blood. Each inhalation of smoke delivers a blow to your cardiovascular health. If you find yourself facing challenges in quitting, consider consulting with your healthcare provider, participating in a support group, or utilizing nicotine replacement therapies such as patches. The most impactful action you can undertake for your well-being today is to declare, "I resign." Healing processes will initiate as early as the following day. Engaging with phones or viewing television late into the night. Engaging with screens late at night may appear innocuous, yet it subtly elevates your risk for heart-related issues. The emission of blue light from devices such as smartphones and televisions interferes with the production of melatonin, a hormone essential for the regulation of sleep patterns. Inadequate sleep contributes to elevated nighttime blood pressure, increased insulin resistance, and added strain on the heart. Many older adults frequently engage in scrolling on their devices before retiring for the night, or prefer to keep the television on for a sense of companionship. However, this practice disrupts the inherent cadence of your body. In my experience as a specialist in cardiology, it has become evident that inadequate sleep serves as a significant catalyst for heart attacks, strokes, and atrial fibrillation. Moreover, it transcends mere illumination. The intellectual engagement is what captivates me. News, social media, and movies have the potential to elevate stress hormones, accelerate heart rate, and maintain cognitive alertness when the mind ought to be in a state of rest. Over time, this interferes with the heart's ability to recover during sleep. I consistently advise turning off screens a minimum of 1 hour prior to bedtime. Consider engaging in reading a book, enjoying soft music, or practicing gentle stretching. Your quality of sleep will enhance, and your cardiovascular health will express gratitude. It is essential to recognize that the night serves as a period for the heart's restoration. Do not deprive it of that time. Improved sleep leads to a healthier, more resilient heart. Consuming fast food or fried snacks on a regular basis. While fast food and fried snacks offer convenience, they pose significant risks to cardiovascular health. These foods contain high levels of trans fats, saturated fats, and salt, all of which can adversely affect your arterial health. Individuals in their later years frequently opt for a burger, samosa fries, or fried chicken under the impression that it constitutes merely a single meal. However, each bite contributes to elevated cholesterol levels, triggers inflammation, and leads to increased blood viscosity. As a specialist in cardiology, I have observed that heart attacks can result from the cumulative effects of a single snack consumed over many years. The arteries undergo a process of becoming obstructed rigid and constricted, which impedes the efficient flow of blood. This compels your heart to exert itself beyond its limits until eventually it reaches a breaking point. Individuals over the age of 60 often experience a decrease in metabolic rate and heightened sensitivity in cardiovascular function. Fast food offers no nutritional benefits, yet it can cause significant harm. Select from baked, boiled, or grilled alternatives. Consider indulging in fruits, nuts, or perhaps some thoughtfully prepared soups. Even minor substitutions, such as opting for air-fried foods in place of deep-fried options, can lead to significant improvements. Your dietary choices directly influence your physiological makeup. If your diet is rich in oil, your blood will reflect that quality. Thick blood is indicative of obstructed arteries. One cannot cultivate a resilient heart with inadequate nourishment. Bid farewell to fried indulgences and allow your heart the opportunity to flourish. One might overlook the significance of managing high blood pressure or neglect to adhere to prescribed medications. This is the most perilous habit I observe among seniors, and it is also the most prevalent. Numerous individuals may feel well and discontinue their blood pressure medications. However, it is crucial to recognize that high blood pressure can be a silent threat. Symptoms may not manifest until significant harm has already occurred to your heart, brain, and kidneys. Omitting medication, even for a brief period, can result in perilous fluctuations, potentially culminating in heart attacks or strokes. I have encountered individuals who experience severe health crises due to a lack of medication or a misguided belief in their self-sufficiency regarding treatment. Your medication is a requirement. It serves as a crucial support system. If you experience side effects, please do not discontinue use. Consult with your physician to modify the dosage. It is advisable to regularly assess your blood pressure at home. Maintain a journal. Administer your medication consistently at the same hour each day. Utilize reminders or medication organizers. Maintaining consistency is essential. Elevated blood pressure results in the thickening of the heart muscle constriction of the arteries and can ultimately lead to heart failure. However, it is entirely manageable if approached with the necessary seriousness. Do not take unnecessary risks with your future. A single pill daily may safeguard you from prolonged distress. Seize the initiative today, and your heart will continue to thrive in the days to come. The organ that sustains your existence has tirelessly pulsed for you throughout your life, demanding nothing in exchange. However, beyond the age of 60, it requires your assistance more than at any other time. Each habit you engage in at present, every meal you select, every stroll you embark upon, contributes cumulatively. In my capacity as a specialist in cardiology, I have observed numerous individuals overlook subtle indicators and minor alerts until the situation becomes critical. However, an opportunity exists for you to alter that situation. Commence by eliminating a single detrimental habit from your daily routine today. Proceed gradually through the remaining material. Your heart does not require flawlessness. It requires a steadfast approach, thoughtful consideration, and your focused engagement. In moments of feeling overwhelmed, it is important to recognize that you are not required to navigate this journey in solitude. Utilize resources that enhance efficiency. Acquire the Senior Health Tracker application to maintain your progress with daily insights, meal documentation, and considerate prompts tailored specifically for seniors such as yourself. Your future self will express gratitude. Your family will express their gratitude. Moreover, it is essential to recognize that your heart will express gratitude as the journey of healing can commence at any moment. Prioritize your well-being. Maintain resilience and nurture your emotional health consistently.